Hello, you're welcome once again. So, in the previous video, I explained the types of colors, the color models, the color terminologies, um, the color psychology, and now I want to talk about the color harmony and how to make use of how to apply different colors when we're talking about the color palette. Um so now I want to talk about I'll be talking about the color psychology. Okay, but before talking about that, okay, I want to emphasize the fact that colors can have, or color do have different meanings in different scenarios or cultures. Okay, in different places, different cultures. Okay, so in some culture, okay, they do believe that red, for example, stands for love. Okay, it's a color of love, right? But in some cultures, they do believe that red is something else. They perceive red as danger. You know, so that's why I'm trying to tell you that colors do differ based on different based on cultures and exposure. Okay, so having said that, but I'll be speaking based on the generic terms. you know that's what I'll be basing my discussion on. Okay. Okay, now as you can see, now there is a red color. Okay, so when we talk about color psychology, it's how color is being perceived and how you can actually apply color to your projects or your designs. Okay, the way you see or you perceive a color will determine how you are to use them. And um when you want to design something, or you're working on a project. Okay, the project you're working on is gonna actually there are gonna be a particular or some particular colors that are going to be good for that project. They're going to make the project to achieve its aim. They're going to make the project to work out properly. All right, so you wouldn't want to be designing something in which you are supposed to use a blue color to design, for example, and you're using a red color. Okay, I want to talk about graphic design. For example, it's about passing a message across. You should be able to pass a message across with your design, with what you're designing. Okay, so you have to be really clear about the colors you are going to be using for your project. The same thing is what is applicable to web design. Okay, so now I'm just going to be talking on the generic terms like I said earlier. Okay, so red, for example, now when you see red, there are some things red as a color depicts. Okay, there's some things that red can be associated with. For example, now red can stand for passion. It's great for grabbing attention and getting a message across. It's great for what? Grabbing attention and what? Getting a message across. It also represents intensity, energy, excitement, and it's very often used in sports related projects. It might be website, it might be graphic design, and or things that make bold statements. So what I'm saying in essence is that when you're using red, when it comes to things like you want to you want to pass a message with your projects, with what you're designing, when it comes to passion, you want to grab people's attention, you want to get a message across in a very strong way, you can make use of red. So when you're talking about intensity as well, intensity, energy, excitement, you can what? Make use of red color. So red color is very good, for these things when you want to achieve things like this. Okay, so having this at the back of your mind is going to, guide you in a proper way when you want to work on a particular project or a particular design. All right, so now let's move to the next color I will be discussing. Let me quickly talk about blue. Okay, next one is blue. So I want to talk about blue. Okay, blue is the color of the sky and seas. This is the most used color on the internet. And fun facts: it usually conveys trust, calm, peace, intelligence, and security. Okay, it is highly used by tech brands like Twitter, Facebook, and so on. It's also used by a lot of financial institutions and political parties. Yes, blue. So this, what I'm saying is, when you talk about blue, there are some things you can actually use blue for, and there's some people who widely, make use of blue color, for their projects. I want to talk about tech brands, like I said, Twitter, Facebook, and the likes. You talk about financial institutions that do make use of blue as well, because blue, it represents, it conveys trust, calm, peace, intelligence. So when you are actually designing something or you're working on a project that somehow relates to these things, you can make use of blue for this kind of projects. You get? Okay, having said that, the next color I'll be talking about now is the color yellow. Okay, the color yellow. Now, the color yellow is the color of the sun, and it brings joy and happiness. It can also convey warmth and energy. It is used also in the entertainment industry and in children's choice. At least when you talk about entertainment industry, yellow is widely used there. Okay, as well as children's choice, like things that children's use. Children's love color, yellow color a lot. You get? So when you're doing something concerning these things, you can consider yellow as well. Now the next color I want to talk about now is green. The green color. Okay, green color. Now green, it is the predominant color of nature. Yet green is the predominant color of nature. It represents health, well-being, balance, fertility, and safety. It is usually associated with brands in the health industry, eco brands, and medical products. You get? So what I'm saying is, when you talk about green, you think about nature, right? You think about nature. So when you design something related to health, medical stuff like that, you can consider green. Green is going to go well with these things because that's what the color actually focuses on. That's where it is being widely used. Okay, so the next color I want to talk about is the color orange. Okay, so when we talk about color orange is the color of happiness, joy, and confidence. Since it is created from red and yellow, it also borrows traits from them, like energy and optimism. Okay, orange is said to be the color of, it's said to be the color for communication. Okay, and it also works really well in a lot of contacts. A lot of when you want to communicate, you can make use of yellow. Okay, orange. And it also works in a lot of context because it's complementary to blue. Okay, so when you're making use of yellow, orange, you should it depicts happiness, joy, confidence. You should have this at the back of your mind as well. So when you want to design something relating to happiness, you want to convey a message relating to happiness, joy, confidence and the likes, you can go with the color orange. Orange color is very, 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 very cool. Now the next one I'm talking about is the color purple. Okay, this is actually my favorite color because I love purple a whole lot. And what this is actually used for is it stands for luxury. Purple stands for luxury, royalty, wealth, sophistication. It's usually associated with luxury brands and high-end products. You want to talk about luxury brands, high-end products, you can go for color purple. It's mostly used, when it comes to luxury brands, color purple. That is that about that. Okay, so having explained the various color, we have, the color psychology. I think by now you should understand what I've been saying since morning. Whenever you're on design, knowing how color works and how it's been applied and what each color can be used for, what each color depicts, what it conveys, you get, it's gonna facilitate your choice when it comes to choosing color for your project, and it's gonna make your project look more appealing, more enticing, more interesting, and it's gonna make your project achieve what it's supposed to achieve. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about now is the color harmonies. This is also absolutely important. I want to talk about how you combine colors together. How to combine the right colors together for your project. How to make color relate together in a very appealing way. You get. I want to talk about color harmonies. This is what we are talking about. Okay, so there are a few websites you're gonna go to now to actually, when you're working on something that can help you a lot. So the first one here is color.adobe.com. As you can see here, we have we have different colors here that's work with each other. Okay, so let me just come back here. For example, come back to Figma. Like for example, now this color, like I said earlier, I said X. This is the color code for X. Okay, X is decimal. So I can just come over here and copy the link for this color and go over to this. I'll come over here. Let me just scroll down. You can see this is the base color here, okay, so I can change the base color and I want to see colors that will complement each other. Let me just paste it and enter. As you can see, this is the color I just brought in here, this purple. Okay, as you can see, we have different colors here. As you can see here, we have the different section here, like the analogs, monochromatic, triad, complementary, split complementary, double split complementary, square, compound, shades, customs. Okay, so if I should click on monochromatics, for example, you can see the boxes here, the colors there actually changes. Okay, triad, you can see the colors change as well. Complementary, split complementary, double split complementary, square, compound, shades, and custom. Okay, so you can see what we have here. Like the analogs, now you can see the color. This is the color, this is the base color here, and I brought in the purple. You can see it's kinds of look for colors that are somehow close to the base color on the left side, like on the right side here, and on the left side here. Okay, you can see on the color wheel here. Okay, so if I should move this, my base color, if I should move, you can see the color changes, the base color changes, you can see, and all the colors as well change. Okay, that is about that. Okay, so if I should click on monochromatic now, monochromatic, you can see we have you can see, well, this is the base color and this is the one behind it. So it's kind of the monochromatic actually give you the least contrast to your color, you can see it's kind of works together with the color you're choosing, with your base color. Okay, and bring it back here. All right, so we have chart as well. You can see we have like 3 different points here. This is our base color here. Once I move it, you can see these ones are also can be adjusted. You can bring them together like so, just to look for the perfect one you want to go for. Okay, bring it down. Now onto the complementary color, the complementary one here, and the complementary color palette will give you the most contrast. Don't forget I said the monochromatic gives you the least contrast to the base color, while the complementary will give you the most contrast to the base color here. You can see the base color here, as you can see. So we have them like that. You can just look for the ones you want and look for colors that are going to work together and see how you can actually manipulate them. You can just play around these, and that's it about that. All right, so let me go over to the next website I want to show you. The previous one was this one is color.adobe.com. Next one now is the mycolor.space. Also, you can actually come here as well to get colors and generate colors and likes. Okay, for example, you can just come here. You can see, let me click on something. You can come here and you type in your color code here. Okay, you type in your color code. You can just come over to your, it might be Photoshop, might be Adobe Illustrator, InDesign, any design application, but yeah, I'm on Figma here. Okay, you can just come over here and copy your color. Cool, let me just change this color to something like this. Okay, I can just copy this. So once you copy it, you go over to the website, click on this generate button and this here, and paste it here and click on generate. You can see we now have our color here. Once you generate, you can scroll down and you see what we have. See the color, we have the gradients, the generic gradients. Okay, we have the matching gradients, we have the spot palette, twisted spot palette, and the likes. You can just come over and if you feel like you like any color here you want to use, you can just click on this and you copy it. So once you copy it, you go over to your design app, you come over here, you paste it, and here it is. You can see here it is. All right, so now to the next app I want to show you here, this, which is colorons.co. You can actually come here as well. You can check out any color you feel like you like. Okay, you can just click on this. If you like this color, for example, this, let me come over to, okay, so you want to select this, for example, you can just click on it. So once you click on it, it's gonna be copied. So once you copy it, you just come over to your app, you come over to your X here and you paste it, and you have the color here. It's as simple as that. Okay, so now let's go to the next one here. The next one here we have colors.mousse.li. okay, you can come over here and we'll select any color you want, you feel like. If I should click on, say I want to click on this, for example. Oops. If I should come over here and let me just click on this, for example. Let me click on this, for example. You can see what we have. So I really love this mostly. I love this colors.mousse, because the reason why is I really like to make use of this a lot, because once you select the color, it's kind of applies it to, it gives you how it's going to work here. You can see this is an interface here in which it applies the colors to it. You can see how it works together. Okay, you can just feel like I can use this together with this. You can see if I should click on this, for example, you can see what we have now. So once you click on the color now, you can see what we have. Okay, you just come over here and you can actually copy. You can click on this to copy it, then you copy the text, and then you come over to your app here, just click on this, you paste it, and enter. So we have our color here. So it's as simple as that. You can see how beautiful it is. Okay, another one is webgradients.com for gradients. You can come here for to get gradients inspiration. You can see we have different gradients here. You can just check out and just get it, and I'm good to go. Okay, so that's how it works. All right. So okay, having said that, like I said this actually, I said earlier that this Xcode actually it's another way of presenting RGB in a friendlier way. Okay, in a way. Okay, I said the first two letter or digits stand for R, the next two stands for G, and the last two stand for blue, right? So for example, now let me just come over here. Okay, I'm on blue now. If I should click on this, for example, and just kind of make this, enter, you can see the color actually changes. I make this 0, and it's what it takes me close to black. So that's how you can actually manipulate this. So the more you make use of this, the more you become familiar with the hexadecimal, because this is the color, this is the particular one you'll be making use of the most as a designer. All right, so I believe you by now you must have be well equipped when it comes to color theories, terminologies, harmonies, color, temperature, color, psychology, and all of that. So by now you should be good to go when it comes to designing anything. You should be very good. You should be in the right position to choose the right color for your projects, for your design, and should be able to look for the right colors to combine together for your project and your design by now. Okay, so if there's any part you did not understand better, you can just go back and rewatch the parts. I believe I tried as much as possible to explain everything and break everything down. Okay, we talked about tints, shades, and tones. I said tints is when you add white to a particular color. Okay, and when you add white to the particular color, you combine them together is when you get tints. I said shades is when you add black, and tones is when you add gray to a color. Okay, it's as simple as that. All right, thank you very much for watching. So I hope you've learned one or two things so far. Thank you very much for watching. It's a pleasure having you. All right, bye for now.